should we start?
Go ahead.
Yeah, it must be, a kind of anomalous thing for you, right? Because normally you take interviews and we're kind of interviewing you. So, yeah, I want to know, since you have been so successful at this position, how has been your journey towards your success?
It's kind of a strange journey. I went to university and studied textile science and was in my last year and did not want to finish it. And so I dropped out of university, and my mother told me I couldn't do it unless I had a job. And I'm quite stubborn at times, so I said to her, I'll get a job tomorrow. And I had always worked in hotels during the summer when I was going to university, so I got a job in a hotel as a restaurant server.
Oh.
And the rest is really history, that I was offered a chance to become a trainee manager for a hotel company. Then I went into the restaurants, and I loved training. And so this was a long time ago, and they didn't have HR managers in those days. And so they asked me in New Zealand if I wanted to be the first HR manager, which was called personnel in those days.
That's great. Yeah.
And so did that. Then I ended up coming to Canada, and I worked at the Westin Hotel. I came here, I left here and went to the Hilton, and then I came back here. So.
Yeah. That's kind of you were the first human resource manager in New Zealand, kind of a thing, right?
Well, for that company, yes, we didn't have HR managers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's really a nice story. What is your daily routine in your job at this capacity over there?
Oh, my days are never the same. So what I specifically look after is strategic planning for HR. So big picture things, as you know, we've started to renovate. So what are we going to do? What's the HR plan around renovation?
Right.
So that's at the top of kind of what I do. I do all of the high-level labor relations stuff, so unfortunately that involves arbitrations and lawsuits and legal issues.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time coaching managers and developing managers, which is something that I actually love to do, so that's a part of my job that I really enjoy. And yesterday I spent my day keeping a horse out of the lobby and then keep letting a horse into the lobby, so, don't really know what the day can do.
Right, yeah. There are a whole set of responsibilities for you to carry on at this capacity, so must be really busy at this time, yeah. So now we're kind of shifting the focus towards leadership. So my next question would be, how do you define leadership?
Leadership is, my role of leadership is to be a guide. So leadership is about having a set of tools that empowers you to guide and provide resources for other people. So in HR, for example, I have 6 people that report to me, but then I have 1,200 more of you around the hotel who are looking for someone to help them. And so really I think a leader's job is to help people.
Right, yeah. That's what my professor said. So my next question would be, how do you deal with diversity and different cultures in your company? Since
this hotel is, to find someone who was born in Canada is actually quite rare. So if you think here, we have 60-something different dialects and languages spoken in this hotel. Look around this office. So Shinto's born in India, I'm born in New Zealand, Juliana's parents came from Thailand, Nancy's from Greece. So we are just, the 7 of us are like Toronto, that we all come from different places, that we speak different languages.
Yeah.
So.
We normally call something called like an organizational culture. So how do you think we should define that organizational culture when we have a trouble managing different cultures in our organization?
I don't think we actually have trouble managing different cultures here. I think people are people, and it doesn't really matter where you come from or where you were born, that there are fundamental ways we all want to be treated. And if you manage with Fairmont values, it doesn't matter that you were born in New Zealand or Africa or London, that we all want the same basic things.
Right, yeah. We got that. My next question would be regarding to the motivation of the team. How do you think we should motivate and empower our
Well, I think it's all about, here in this hotel we spend a lot of time and energy about colleague engagement.
Yeah.
And so we don't really like to think so much of motivation as in engaged colleagues. And so it starts with hiring people who have the talents that are going to be successful in this hotel,
Right.
and they will come to work every day and want to do the right thing. So that's the colleague who comes to work and is genuinely interested in making a guest happy and exceeding their expectations. And so it's then thinking of those of us who are in a support role,
Right.
how do we keep colleagues engaged? What are the things that can add value to the workplace? What are the things that you're going to enjoy? So making sure that our cafeteria has healthy food.
Yeah.
So our cafeteria was certified as an Eat Smart cafeteria last year, which means that it's got to conform to a standard by the Ontario Health Department
Oh.
that has food that is healthy, not just French fries.
Yeah.
Our colleague purchasing plan that you'll see the Christmas list coming out. So taking advantage of all the deals that we get with our suppliers and
Yeah.
passing them on to you. So when I'm looking at things that my department can do, I want to do stuff like that. I actually don't want to spend my time blowing up balloons and having parties, because that lasts for half an hour that you'll see balloons in the cafeteria.
Right.
But if you can buy shrimp or steak or chicken for your family at a really good deal, then that's got a much bigger impact.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are the kinds of things that I look to do.
I agree that. Yeah. I also look for something in that form of motivation, to not just for a temporary motivation, which impact to me for a longer duration.
Right, it's
Yeah.
all about the things, being able to get a Metro Pass from off your paycheck, all of the add-ons that we do
Yeah.
that have value, that are lasting.
Right. Let's talk about different challenges now. It must be a tough question. What were your challenges working with Fairmont at this capacity?
My challenges are probably the thing that keeps me up at night is our aging workforce. And that's a challenge that many city centre hotels are facing, is that our workforce our average age in this hotel was 48.
Oh.
So as people start to age in very physical jobs, what are we going to do to deal with that?
Right.
And there's no retirement any longer, so how do we deal with people who are 67 and 68 and want to keep on working, but whose bodies are not allowing them to? It's a big challenge for many of us in the industry.
Right. And then they keep on pushing forward the retirement age.
There is no retirement age, so you can work as long as you like.
Yeah. So what do you think should be the qualities of a leader?
Someone who has a sense of humour, somebody who's prepared to roll up their sleeves and dig in,
Yep.
someone who is approachable. You want colleagues to be able to come to you and talk to you, so
Right.
be it about work problems, personal problems, someone who gets it, someone who realizes that this is our job, it's here to make people happy. And so how do we as leaders make sure our colleagues are engaged and doing a good job?
Yeah. Where do you get your inspiration from? Do you have any idol you follow?
Oh, I read a lot. I believe that one of the things you have to keep on doing is keep yourself up to date and keep yourself current. So I take advantage of every learning opportunity that I can. So I go to a number of HR conferences, meetings, always read the newspaper every morning, just because you can't sit still.
Yeah. Any particular person you might need to take a name out?
No, I think you can get inspiration from a room attendant. You can get inspiration from a management guru. Some of our managers went off to a conference and they heard Jack Walsh speak a couple of days ago. But he could inspire you, or someone just saying, hey, you made my day yesterday, can inspire you.
Right. How do you manage a conflict in a team?
Listening. Sitting people down and trying to get to the root of the problem and actually understanding each other's side. And in HR, you spend a lot of time as a mediator.
Yeah.
And so your listening skills and your ability to try and filter the information and get to the root of the problem.
Right. At last, we are now at last. If you could tell us one achievement which is most remembered by you, which is really close to you. Yeah.
One achievement. There's not a single achievement, but for me, the biggest satisfaction I get is when I see people grow. So when I see a number of people who have started off in this office as HR coordinators who now are HRDs in the company.
Yeah.
So people who worked for me came in at a junior level and are now running their own HR departments. That's what makes me happy.
Great. We'd like to give any tips to the students hearing you right now, or hearing you?
I would say get in, find a company that you love, that has the values that are similar to yours. Get into that company. Don't be, as a student, don't think that you need to start as a general manager. Get a job. Get a job in the company you love, and then you will be a fit and the sky will be the limit.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for talking to us.
No problem.
And it's been a really good opportunity for us to learn something from you, a great leader, a professional leader like you. Thank you.
You're welcome.